Hi everyone, FB here to bring you Season 4 of fB's Weekly, powered by ragajungle.biz, the #1 website for Raga Jungle music, and Team Acer. This is an endurance race that I host every Saturday. The track that will be used is released just before the race goes live and is a mixture of different styles that you find in stadiums such as tech dirt, speed, obstacles, etc. No registration is needed to participate, simply join the server before starting time and you will be eligible to play. Right now we're seeing some warm-ups on this week's track, which is Looking Twice by Aerosol. And here is a closer look at the season. It will now consist of 10 races in total. Top 15 will get points in every race, with the person getting the best lap receiving 5 bonus points. And it's your 7 best results that will matter. For this season, ragajungle.biz and Team Acer are sponsoring the race with €1,000, which will be divided between top 15 after the season is over. Also new for this edition is that I will now be running a time attack season in conjunction with the normal race. It's pretty much got the same format and we'll also have some prize money which is based on contributions through Twitch and YouTube. And last week the first race of the season took place, with the winner being Sand, who also took home the best lap. Second place went to Hobbyflyer and third place to Wally, and that is consequently also currently the top 3 players of the season. If you want to find out more information about this race, that can be found below the stream or the VOD. We have about 1 minute before we will start the race and see if Sand is driving this week. Doesn't look like it, but Hobbyflyer will be participating. Took second place, was in the lead for the majority of the race last week as well, so see if he can get that first place this time. Let's see if Wally is driving, who took third. It doesn't look like it, so we don't have Sand and Wally driving, but we got a lot of other players who are participating. See here, Spam, who took 7th place, is driving. Also Raysons is driving again. He was at top 15, but then got an invalid time, so hopefully that's not going to happen again. Shorty is driving, who took 3rd place in Season 3. And was at 9th place last week. And then we also got several other players. We also got Voyager 006 here, who has won the race in the past in his first time participating. So let's see, he could be an upset this time. Alright, so that's gonna be the last couple of seconds of the warm-up. We are starting the race. Good luck and fun to all the players. Seems like we are about 189 players participating this time. And we'll play 22 laps with a 10-minute timer starting once first place will finish the race. Alright, so hopefully we'll have no issues as well. And it will all be running smoothly. I guess we can follow Hobbyflyer I was gonna say, but now I can't find them anymore. Let's just follow Raysons instead through the first lap. So this map again, Looking Twice, made by Aerosol. It's a map that doesn't really have that much flow to it, so I think some players might not appreciate that too much. So we have first this drop here, followed by a right turn, and then we'll have a loop section coming up here. Hobbyflyer is driving and is in the lead right now. Raysons drives through the loop, is at 24th place. This turn here can be a bit tricky. You don't want to go too much to the left, then you can risk hitting the side of the dirt wall. Raysons does it well, and we'll go up to 5th place. Coming up soon is a pretty tricky part, with a potential wall hit. Raysons going for the small jump there, did not lose any speed of it. So here you have a ceiling hit that Raysons did good, and he will go up to 3rd place, only behind Hobbyflyer and Spam. Then we have a platform part here. Raysons will pass Spam and go up to 2nd place. Following that will be a tunnel. Oh, and I think Hobbyflyer might have lost a bit of speed, so that will give Raysons perhaps 1st place. No, still behind, but it's really close between them. Then we have the dirt section of the map. You need to slow down a lot in speed entering this section. This turn here also can be a bit tricky. And that's gonna be the end of the dirt. And then we have another loop following that. And then soon the lap is over. We just got this small tech part left. Also a bit unflowy, especially this part here with the uphill. Raisons will be at second place behind Hoverflyer as we enter lap 2. So Hoverflyer in the lead, Raisons at second, and then at third place right now is another BX3 player, Flyer. Goes up to third place, and Flyer was at 8th place last week. So he's also at 8th place in the season right now. Behind him we got Wally, so Wally is driving. Took third place last week, and of course took second place in season 3 behind Hoverflyer. Wally has been on the podium many times in the history of the race, 12 times in total. Right now at 4th place. Then we have Spam, who drops down to 5th place. Following him we got Tween, Morris A9, Aurel and Benko as well. Aurel losing a lot of speed. Massa also with good speed. A lot of speed there from Massa actually, passing lots of players. And Raisons now drops down heavily in speed. And he's gonna go down to 8th place, only ahead of Aurel. What else do we have? We got Link at 10th place, drives for AT Gaming, which is a new esports organization that V+ joined last week. So that's really awesome to see. It shows that the scene is growing, as Link will end up getting a no drift after the loop. But yeah, really cool to see that AT Gaming has now picked up a Trackmania squad. We also got Roa for AT Gaming driving in the race behind his teammate Link. Then we have 102. I'm not sure who that is. Could it be Shark? I don't know who this is actually. I think it might be Shark, but I'm not sure. Of course, I do prefer if the players use their actual nickname, especially for the season. It makes it easier to keep track of the score. Hoverflyer has dropped down to 14th place as I was going through the players. Interesting. He was in the lead and now is quite far behind first place. 7 seconds almost, so I wonder what happened to Hoverflyer. Following him we got Voyager, who, as I mentioned before the race started, has won a race in the past. The first one he participated in. Currently at 15th place. And that is also, of course, the last player that will get points. He will go up to 14th place now. Shorty will instead take over that 15th place. Shorty has been on the podium 16 times, only behind Sand, who seems to not be driving this week. Alright, let's go back to the top. It's currently Flyer who is in the lead. Flyer has never won the race, never been on the podium either, I think. But I do know that he has won the best lap at least. But yeah, if you can keep this together, this would be a very good achievement for Flyer. Okay, so 102 is Shark. It's good to know. I recognize that login. But of course, even if, for example, Sand is not driving this week, as I mentioned, your 7 best results will count, so it's not like he's out of the fight for first place. First place will go home with 500 euro in the season, second place 250, and third place 100 euro. And then it continues. All players in top 15 will get some prize money. Alright, seems like Raisons is back in the top, will pass Flyer. Seems to have had a better dirt part. So Raisons back in the lead. Raisons, who has won the race 12 times in total, which is the record. He's looking to win for the 13th time. And again, he did have an invalid time last week. Oh, as he gets some kind of bug in this tricky tech part. Before the next lap, Spam will pass him and go up to second place. Right now, Wally with the fastest time, 2:02.999. Oh, as Raisons will end up making another crash. Aurel will pass him and go up to third place. Where's Wally? He's still a bit behind. And yeah, this track definitely is... it doesn't really have too much flow, so that makes it maybe a bit awkward. But certainly not a bad track. See Wally going for that wall hit. You could also go for a neo drift or just a normal drift as well. But wall hit might be the fastest option. See how it does this part. He will go for the ceiling hit. See Flyer still in the lead ahead of Spam, then Aurel at third place. And Aurel is also a player that never really been close to the podium, I believe. So he's doing good so far. You will see Raysons passing him though again. Tween has gone up to 6th place. Was in the running for a top 3 position in Season 3, but then had a pretty bad last race. Has also won the race a couple of times. As Aurel will have a bad entry to the dirt. Tween and Wally will pass him. See, the next player is Marius89 at 7th place. He's also won the race in the past. Massa comes next, but here comes Roa with more speed. And will take over that 9th place. Massa down to 10th. Shorty has gone up to 10th now actually, so... did someone lose a position? Maybe, I don't know. Then we got Link at 11th place and Voyager at 12th. Saber has gone up to 13th place. Saber, who won the first time attack competition of the season. As I mentioned before the race started, I now also have a time attack season. And Saber set the fastest time on the first map, Wigglytuff by Yoshi. So he's the current leader of the time attack season. Right now 14th place in this race, behind Jerem. Last player to get points is Hades at 15th place, and he's ahead of Haviflyer. Haviflyer has not had a good start to this race. Last time I spec'd him, he was 6 seconds behind the top. Now he's 12 seconds. So he seems to not have fully mastered this track in the 15 or so minutes that the players get before the race starts to learn the track. So see if you can come back from this, at least maybe get into the top 15. Good speed here, will pass Saber and Hades. So he goes up to 14th place right now. So we'll see if this is the start of a comeback. Let's go back to the top again. Flyer still in the lead. 70 hundredths ahead of Spam, but Spam with good speed in this small speed section will pass. And here comes Raysons as well. It's very, very close between top 3. Raysons will even go up in the lead. Seems to be doing this dirt part faster than everyone else. Definitely, he's extending his lead even. So Raysons now back in the lead, as Flyer will get a small landing bug. And here comes Wally over the loop, will pass him. So Flyer from 1st place down to 4th. Just a matter of seconds. Oh, then a terrible landing there from Wally. Hits the wall as well, and he's back to 4th place. So Raysons now in the lead. Hopefully he won't get an invalid time this time. We'll also set the first local record, 202.20. Spam also with a decent time, but quite far behind Raysons' best time though. So Raysons seems to have figured out this track. We are only 6 laps into the race out of 22 in total. So still a long way to go. Alright, let's take a look at the pages here to see who else is playing. We got Fuzzy, who was in top 15. Oh no, he wasn't in top 15 last week, but I think he was really close though. It was just behind or just outside of the top 15. Right now at 29th place in the race. So we'll see if he can get into the top 15 this time. Might be too hard. Nugget was in top 15. He was at 12th place last week. But right now at 34th. So seems like he's not going to be in the top 15. Who else do we have? We got Royal for Team Acer at 56th place. Had a pretty bad start last week as well, but then went, I think, into top 20 at least. So see if he can get something similar this week as well. Top 15 though might be too difficult. Alright, next page we got Dahl for TL. Driving in the race, might be for the first time. Currently at 70th place behind fB's and ahead of Valou. As Spam has now taken over the lead ahead of Wally, Aurel, Flyer and Raisons. Drops down to 5th place, 6 seconds behind. So Raisons with a big mistake. We got Lunik for Xenon. Driving for the first time I think, behind Borny at 97th and ahead of Amazon Funky at 99th. Then we have Anto driving for Joke at 117th place. As we see Aurel claiming the first local record now, 201.93. Anto is behind Aeom and ahead of Audit to the Vox. And then we'll see who is the current last player perhaps. Yes, should be on this page. I think it's this player. Gax or G4X from Belgium at 142nd place. So that's the current amount of players still driving in the race. And the current leader is Spam. And he's now 2.5 seconds ahead of Wally. Wow, how quickly it can shift. Last lap it was completely different scenario, but now Spam with a pretty decent lead all of a sudden. But yeah, I think the theme so far is that the players have definitely made more mistakes on this track or just lost more time, so we'll see if Spam can keep this together. Spam was doing well last week. I think he was like going for top 3, but then ended up at 7th place after a bad last lap, I believe. So it's definitely not easy to defend your position. But he will extend his lead now 3 seconds ahead of Wally, who goes up to 2nd place. And then Aurel is keeping 3rd place, not too far behind Wally. Flyer, who was in the lead in the start, down to 4th. 6 seconds behind Spam, so he also lost a lot of time. Marius89 has gone up to 5th place, just behind Flyer, and then Raisons, who also was in the lead, now down to 6th. And will end up crashing again. And this is a bad place to crash. You're gonna lose a lot of speed here. So Massa will pass him. Did someone else pass him as well? No, I don't think so. No. So Raisons lost 1 position. Shorty still behind him at 8th. Then we got Tween at 9th. Roa at 10th. Saber at 11th. Jerem at 12th. Voyager at 13th. Link at 14th. And Javi Flyer keeping himself in top 15. And he will claim the first local record, 201.81. Of course, if you do get the best lap, you will get 5 bonus points. And those bonus points, I mean, for your normal ranking, only your 7 best results will count. But the best lap will count no matter what. So something worth considering, going for that best lap. So even if Javi Flyer might have 7 results that will be better than this in the end, the best lap he potentially would get would still give him 5 bonus points added to the top of his 7 best results. So Javi Flyer right now with the fastest time ahead of Aurel at 2nd and Raisons at 3rd. And now Wally up to 1st place. Wally up to 1st place. Spam losing I think 5 seconds or so. Spam now losing a ton of time. What is going on this track? And where are the players losing this amount of time? I haven't really seen any major mistake yet. So I guess I'm missing something here. Good entry from Spam. Gets closer to Aurel. It's only 2 seconds between top 3 or top 4 even, because Flyer is, as you can see, in close pursuit of Spam. And will also pass him here. Good jump there from Flyer. It's back in top 3. Spam, Spam strikes back and will pass Flyer again. Back to 3rd place, entering lap 9 out of 22. Here comes Flyer in the downhill. This continues to be back and forth between Spam and Flyer. Then Morris 89 comes next, not too far behind, but after him though we have a gap of 5 seconds down to Massa at 6th place. Well, he's now at 7th because here comes Shorty. Shorty has made a bit of a comeback. Didn't start off so good. Not sure if he can get into top 3 though. He's 10 seconds behind Wally in the lead. Slows down a lot here actually. Doesn't go for the ceiling hit as we saw Massa with a huge crash. Went too much to the left and yeah, that's gonna cost him. No doubt about that. So maybe that's what's been happening to the players. Not sure. Flyer will also pass him. Flyer up to 10th place. 11th now. He's just behind Jerem. So Flyer on the uprise. See what he can do here. He's 18 seconds behind Wally. 5 seconds behind his nearest opponent, which is Roa at 8th place. Behind Shorty and Tween. Then Flyer at 5th. Behind Morris 89 at 4th. And then we have a gap up to Aurel and Spam, who's now fighting for 2nd place. Whoa! Not a good turn at all there from Aurel as we see Wally taking over the first local record, 2:01.36. Also Spam with a great time. Will beat Flyer's time, take over 2nd place. So Aurel losing a lot, but still keeping his 3rd place. Marius 89 is on the hunt, trying to get on the podium again. Marius 89 has actually been at 3rd place the most out of anyone. He's been in that position 6 times in total. And on the podium has been 9 times, so he's also a very successful player in the race. And Raysons has now dropped down to 19th place, 30 seconds behind Spam in the lead. Oh yeah, Spam has now gone up in the lead, passing Wally. And I think it's this part of the track where the players are losing the most times, as Flyer has another super time, 2 minutes 56 hundredths. Whoa. Almost 1 second ahead of Wally at 2nd place. Great time there from Flyer, who now drops down to... Whoa! Flyer has disconnected! No! Disconnects after getting the best lap. That is what I call bad luck. Unless he quit on purpose, but I don't think that was the case, so yeah. Well, he might get the best lap still, which would give him 5 bonus points, so... Whoops. At least he got that. We'll see if anyone will beat his time. But he was definitely on the uprise. Was advancing in the rankings. Spam seems to be doing this part of the map pretty well. So that's an advantage he got as he enters lap 10. Or no, lap 11 out of 22. We are about halfway through the race. 127 players still driving. This is fB's Weekly Season 4, powered by ragajungle.biz and Team Acer. €1,000 in the prize pot, going to top 15 of the season. Currently Spam in the lead, ahead of Wally at 2nd, Aurel at 3rd. We got Marius 89 at 4th, Flyer at 5th, Tween at 6th, Shorty at 7th, Roa at 8th, Jerem at 9th, Saber at 10th, Link at 11th, Voyager 006 at 12th, Massa at 13th, Shark at 14th, and Sky at 15th place. Raisons has gone up to 16th now, so he could still get into the top 15 at least. Here he is, behind Sky. But yeah, that time that Haviflyer set is, I think, pretty hard to beat. So I think he will have pretty decent chances to keep it. As we see Raisons with the landing bug. I think it takes maybe that drop a bit too risky. As you know, this game, landing bugs are unfortunately very frequent, which is why I try to avoid having as many jumps as possible. It saddens me because I would of course want to use them as well if I could, but yeah, it's just wouldn't be wise, I think. So for the future, I will definitely try to minimize jumps as much as possible as Raisons hits the wall. Losing additional time. Let's go back to the top where Spam is still at first place, about to enter another lap. 1.5 seconds ahead of Wally. It's Wally. He is gaining a bit of time on Spam. And then Aurel is doing well in this race. I need to look actually what Aurel's best position is, so give me a second here. Alright, so Aurel was at 5th place in race 49. And he was also at 16th place in race 44. So this is only his 3rd time he's driving in the race. Or, well, he could have driven before and not finished though, but he's finished the race twice and his best placement is 5th. As we see Massa also with a good time to 1.51. And Spam... No, wait, Wally has dropped down to 3rd place. Wally down to 3rd, Aurel will gain 1 position. It still remains very, very close though. And yeah, we've seen lots of players suddenly losing a couple of seconds, so it's definitely not decided who's gonna win this race, but current leader is Spam. And if you take a look at Spam's stats, he's the 4th most successful player in the race. He's been on the podium 14 times, 3 times first, 6 times second, and 5 times third. So this would be his 15th time on the podium. And with that he would be tied with Raisons. Jordi at 2nd and Sand at 1st place. And now Wally in the lead. What the hell is going on? I look away from 1 second and Spam is down to 3rd place. Oh my god. So back and forth in this race. So yeah, Wally the current leader, or never mind. Now Aurel in the lead, Spam at 2nd and Wally down to 3rd place. This continues to shift in rapid succession. And it's only about 1 second between these 3 players. And actually Morris89 is not far behind at all. So this is a battle between 4 players. Aurel, Spam, Wally and Morris89 for 1st place. Because then we have a gap of 6 seconds down to Tween, who is at 5th place. Flyer, is at 6th. With Shodi at 7th. Roa at 8th. Jerem at 9th. Massa at 10th. Link at 11th. Voyager at 12th, Saber at 13th, Shark at 14th, and Sky still at 15th place. Who's gonna win this race? 13 laps into it. Will we see Aurel winning for the 1st time, or will Wally win for the 7th time? Or will Morris89 win for the 3rd time? Or will we see Spam winning for the 4th time? So all these players except Aurel have been successful in the past and been on the podium. Not the best speed for Aurel as we go through the loop. Wally and Spam will pass him. Also maybe Morris89. No, he's still behind at 4th place. Wow, this is extremely close now. Neck and neck between Spam, Aurel and Wally, with Morris89 only being half a second behind them. Exciting stuff. as we are about to enter lap 14 out of 22. This ending though is definitely tricky. We've seen players losing time. Wally lost some time in the previous lap. Let's see if he can do this section better. Alright, let's continue following Marius though to get a good overview. RL will go down to 3rd place. Seems like all 4 players did it good. Spam now keeping a small lead ahead of Wally. And then RL. I think this is going to be close all the way to the end. Or at least uncertain all the way to the end, because even if the player got a couple of seconds in the lead, it seems to not really matter too much, as we see Roa with a 4th local record, 2:01.60. Haviflyer still with that best lap, and he is far behind, or far ahead of Wally. Wally will lose a bit of time here. Goes for that wall hit. Both Spam and RL did not go for it. Here's Marius89, goes for the inside line. Wally went outside, will consequently build up a bit more speed. Let's see the ceiling hit. Oh, Marius89 did not go for it, I think. And will pass Wally. So I don't know, I think it might be actually a better idea to not go for that ceiling hit. Seems to not really be much of a benefit. Ooh, great speed for Wally down the tunnel. Spam is back in the lead, 8700s ahead of RL. Oh, as he hits the wall. Here comes RL and Wally and maybe Marius89 as well. Yes, he will also pass Spam. Spam down to 4th place in a flash. I'm not talking about the StarCraft player with that. See here, if Flyer is any closer. No, he's further behind now. Actually, he's past Tween. And now he's gonna lose a bit more speed as well over the loop. So these players are not really getting any closer to the top 4. This definitely seems to be a fight between them for 1st place. 1.5 seconds between them. Now Marius89 at 4th place again. Spam will pass him. Wally keep... Yo! Yo! What happened to Wally? Huge flip. And he will have to respawn. Wally down to 4th place. And it seems like this is gonna be a fight between top 3 now, because Wally is 7 seconds behind. Holy macaroni. Alright, so RL now in the lead, just ahead of Spam. And then Marius89, 2400s behind them. Wally out of the picture for 1st place, unless we see some more unexpected things happening here in the top. Oh, terrible landing there from Marius89, but keeps his speed decently at least. Whoa, he gets the landing bug. Marius89 gets the landing bug, so now RL and Spam will build up a bit of a lead as Raisons will claim the 2nd local record, 2:01.24. It's Spam versus RL now for 1st place. We are into lap 15 out of 22 in fB's Weekly. Season 4, Race 2. Here comes this tricky dirt section again. Spam keeps his lead, but only with 3900s. Marius89 has also lost a bit of speed now, as mentioned, so he's 3 seconds behind. Can still come back from this though, it's not impossible. Then Wally, 7 seconds behind. Still ahead of Flyer though with 4 seconds, so unless he makes any further mistakes, he's gonna keep that 4th place at least. Then we got Tween at 5th place, ahead of Roa at 7th. Shorty at 8th, a bit behind here. Link at 9th. Saber gone up to 10th. Voyager at 11th. Jerem at 11th now, will pass Voyager. And then we got Massa at 13th. 14th now, Shark will pass him. And Raisons back in top 15. Oh, and then RL will now lose a bit of time. RL down to 3rd place. Marius89 up to 2nd. And Aurel is 4 seconds behind Spam now. Will we see Spam winning after all? Such an action-packed race. So many highlights. So right now it's Spam on his way to take first place. Will he be ahead of Sand after this? Yes, he will. So Spam would take over first place in the season if he takes first place here. But there's still a lot that can go wrong. And of course he was in the lead earlier as well and then lost like 5 seconds. So I mean, we'll see. Wally is actually getting a bit closer. He's now 6 seconds behind Spam. So Wally trying to risk these turns in an attempt to catch up. Spam is about to overlap by a brain. I also see Fuzzy with a respawn. I'm guessing he's 1 lap behind. And now Morris89 will gain 1 second on Spam. So yeah, this is definitely far from over. Oh. And continues to gain a bit of time here. Less than 1 second behind Spam now. Spam might be driving a bit safer. We are into lap 17 out of 22. Not that much remaining of the race. Oh, and here comes Morris89 with a lot more speed than Spam. Over the loop, and he will go up to first place as well. Morris89, the new leader. Morris89 took 10th place last week. I think it would still be behind Spam though in the season. Spam would take over first place even if he took second here. Morris89 might have been, might be second in the season, I'm not sure. Aurel 2.5 seconds behind, so he is also in the running for first place, no doubt about it. Oh, good turn there from Marius. Puts him at first. Good tunnel section though from Spam. Might have enough speed to regain first place again. Yes, or maybe not. See this dirt section again. Morris89 will do it a bit better. Wally has now gone up to third place. He's caught up to Aurel. Great stuff here from Wally. I think he's just been catching up by driving fast, because Aurel is still about 3 seconds behind. So good stuff here from Wally as he loses a bit of speed over the loop, and Aurel will pass him again. But yeah, we have 4 players, 4 seconds between them, so Wally and Aurel can still come back from this. It's not just between Spam and Marius. As we see Marius passing Spam once again, entering lap 18 out of 22. Passing this part where Wally had to respawn. Got the border there that the players have to drive over, and he unfortunately got a huge flip from it. Roa with a great time, 2 minutes 8800, so he's the second player under 2:01, but still behind Javi Flyer. So Javi Flyer still occupying the best lap, even though he got the disconnect earlier on. Oh, not the best landing there from Marius. Spam at first now. So back and forth. Wally has actually lost 3 seconds on Aurel, so he's back to being 6 seconds behind first place. Can he come back from that? Not sure. Not what he needed. Better turn now from Spam at this section. Keeps his lead. And a good tunnel again, so Spam can extend his lead. 3200 ahead of Marius 89. Oh, okay. Yeah, not the best dirt entry there for Marius. Spam now 5400 ahead of him. Might be more in the next checkpoint. Let's see. Yes, 7100 as Marius clips the wall before the loop. Marius will clip the wall, and Spam will now be ahead with a couple of seconds. Aurel will get closer to Marius as well. Will this be enough for Spam to win the race? 2 seconds ahead as he is about to enter lap 19 out of 22. So 4 laps remaining for Spam. Can he keep it together? You also see that Flyer is only 1 second behind Wally. So Flyer with the opportunity to go up 1 position at 4th place. Then we got Raw at 6th, Shorty at 7th, Tween at 8th, Saber at 9th, Link at 10th, Voyager at 11th, Shark at 12th, Massa at 13th, Raysons now at 13th, Massa will drop down to 14th, and then Jerem is at 15th place, the last player to get points. Raysons also securing the 3rd local record, 201.01. Comes the ceiling hit for Spam, he also avoids it as I get a huge lag. I'm still on the server and we still got 112 players 12 players driving in the race. Alright, Spam keeping it together here so far. It's not really lost anything in this lap. Continues to be about 2 seconds ahead of Marius 89. And then 4 or 5 seconds ahead of Aurel at 3rd place. So no longer super close as it was a couple of laps ago with 4 players within 1 second. But we could still see some changes here in the end. As Spam is about to enter lap 20 out of 22. Oh, he will end up hitting the wall. But still keeping that 1st place out of Marius. So now it's only 1 second between them again. And Aurel, of course, also gaining 1 second on Spam with that. 3 seconds behind him now. Still a very good result though from Aurel, who's never been on the podium before. 3 seconds ahead of Wally right now, who is at 4th. And then we see Marius losing 1 second. Spam back to being 2 seconds ahead. Not the best turn. We see that Chaos had a bit more speed than him. And Marius now 1.5 seconds behind. Soon only 2 laps remaining. Spam still in the lead. Aurel is definitely getting closer to Marius 89 now. You can see him there in front of him. Flyer at 4th. Oh, Wally has dropped down to 6th place. Roa has also passed him. Here is Wally now at 6th. Was in the lead earlier. Shorty at 7th. Saber at 8th. Tween at 9th. Link at... Raysons now at 10th place. Good stuff here from Raysons coming back. Link at 11th, Shark at 12th, Voyager at 13th, Jerem at 14th, and Massa at 15th. As we see Spam He was 3 seconds ahead of Marius as I looked away, but now he is back to 2 seconds. So this is back and forth as we enter lap 21 out of 22. 2 laps remaining of fB's Weekly edition 52. Shorty claims the 8th local record to 1.87, but far away from Hobbyflyer's best lap. I think it's safe to say that Hobbyflyer will get to keep that one. No one is really close to him. Alright, here comes Spam. Doesn't go for the ceiling hit. Still 2 seconds ahead of Marius. Bit of a better landing, keeps his speed. Can extend his lead with 20 hundredths. And sorry if you're experiencing some lag stuttering. I think it's the server. I have to like rejoin it to remove it, but I can't do it right now since we only have a couple of laps left to go of the race. So I need to spectate it like this. And now Spam is 3.5 seconds ahead. Good lap from Spam, might be a good time even. Going through this part for the lap, for the second to last time. He's now 4 seconds ahead of Marius. This seems like Spam will take it as he enters the last lap. 4.5 seconds ahead now. Don't see him losing this much time if he takes it safe. That's all he needs to focus on. In the meantime, Aurel only 1 second behind Marius, or less than 1 second even. So we have a very close battle for second place. And also for third place between Wally and Roa. But for first place though, it seems like Dingta Spam will take home the race. And he took 7th place last week, so he will be the new leader of the season since Sand did not participate and Hobbyflyer got a disconnect. Roa will also get quite a lot of points since he will get 5th here, but I think he will still be behind Spam. Spam coming up to the ceiling hit now. Does not go for it, gets a good landing as well. Still almost 5 seconds ahead of Marius 89, halfway through the last lap. Down the tunnel. Oh, okay, went a bit too close maybe to... Oh yeah, this looks a bit dangerous here for Spam, but he makes it through at least. Might lose a bit of time with that, but not really making too much of a difference. And now he doesn't have too many turns left to go. Here comes the dirt. For the last time, safely goes through the turns. And he's actually adding on his lead. Marius 89 is continuing to lose time, so this seems to be it for Spam. Going through the loop for the last time, and then he only got the tech section left, which you shouldn't really lose too much time on. Makes the jump. And then he only got this bit awkward uphill left to pass. Almost hits the wall there, but avoids it. And that's gonna be it. 1 turn remaining for Spam. Will take home fB's Weekly second race of season 4 and is the current leader of the season. Who's gonna take second? Seems like it's gonna be Marius 89. Aurel losing a bit of time here in the end, allowing Marius to take second. Aurel on the podium for the first time, and Wally will take 4th ahead of Roa at 5th. Then we got Shorty next up, losing a bit of speed in the end though, and Flyer will pass him. So Flyer will take 6th, Shorty 7th. Then we got Tween on his way to take 8th, couple of seconds ahead of Saber. Tween will take 8th, here's Saber, will take 9th. And then Shark seems to pass Link in the end. Shark or Link. It's gonna be Shark who takes 10th place. Link at 11th. Jerem at... where is he now? At 12th. And Raisons at 13th. Voyager at 14th. Mus at 15th. Tom at 16th place. And will also take 16th place. So we have 9 minutes left on the timer now. fB's next player. Will take 7th. Then we got Nutella taking 18th. Sky 19th. We got Bergie next up at 20th. Not very far ahead of SCK, but enough to stay in front. SCK will take 21st. WAG will take 22nd. Dex 23rd. Danik B 24th. Gurney 25th. Marvel 26th. Marmelade will take 27th. Ahead of Gabo at 28th. Kavi at 29th. We got Mix Mode at 30th and Royal 31st. Then we got Mash, the sponsor of the race, at 32nd place. Mail at 33rd. And here is Palteza. And for our road admin, will take 34th position this week. Ahead of Fabs at 35th. And Vince at 36th. Then we got Berserk. Next player will take 37th. Ahead of Focus at 38th. Scotty at 39th, not far behind. And neither is Santana at 40th. John at 41st. Chaos Hand at 42nd. And then Nix still with a couple of turns left. 7 minutes remaining. We got lots of players still driving in the race. So here comes Nix. Will take 43rd. And then we got Valo 44th. 7 seconds ahead of Fredel Shaman. As the chat is working for some reason. Not sure how that works, but Valo 44 will take 44th. Fredel Shaman will take 45th. Aziz will take 46th. Ahead of Dal at 47th. And then we got Chris at 48th. Followed by Lars at 49th and Pill at 50th. G-Tax at 51st. Buy Brain at 52nd. And then we got Sauron. Not that much ahead of Mr. Moo. But Mr. Moo will have to settle for 54th place. Then we got 5 for Impact, or I5 maybe. 5 seconds ahead of Bryce for Pulse. I5 will take 55th. Bryce will take 56th. We got 5 minutes left on the clock now. And yeah, the chat is for some reason enabled. I don't know. I think expansion might have crashed actually. Yeah, I think it did. Well, oh well. At least it lasted until the end, so. King Sawyer will take 57th. El Techno 58th. Ninian 59th. Egus at 60th. And then we got Sarkin at 61st. So yeah, sorry about these issues. That's also why it was stuttering a lot in the end, because expansion was slowly dying, I think. Swan will take 62nd. Then we got Fox Striker at 63rd. But yeah, if you're listening to this, please try to not chat in the in-game chat, so you don't distract the players who are still driving. Fox Striker will take 63rd, and here's Harry at 64th. Claleroy at 65th. Jamalio at 66th. Lars TND at 67th. Bonnie at 68th. Ebitot at 69th. Vonix gonna take 70th place in a flashy way. Laximus at 71st. Kure at 72. Then we got Carl for Pulse. Another Pulse player will take 73rd. And then it's gonna be a while before Kostrun is entering the finish line as well. Alright, we'll see if people will respect that. Probably not. Alright, here comes Kostron. Will take 74th. And then Anto at 75th. And then another gap down to Big Freezy, participating for the first time. 9 seconds ahead of Jolt, who's the next player. So Big Freezy will take 76th. 3 minutes left on the clock now. See how many players are driving. Still a fair amount. Jolt will be able to finish. Not so sure though if everyone can, because this map definitely was one of the harder tracks that I've used. Skid Racer will take 78th. Dunsty will take 79th. And Felipe Matos will take 80th. Next page we got Andre X from Australia. It's late at 81st. Far Cry 69 missing out on the 69th position this week. Oh, almost fell out of the track. But not gonna risk losing any positions. 15 seconds ahead of fB's, who comes next. Here he is. He is 7 checkpoints ahead of Crash, so 47 seconds in total. Gaps are getting bigger and bigger. It's gonna be a while before Crash also finished, but he is on the last lap at least, so it should be enough time. Stereo Gang only 2 checkpoints behind him, so is Demon. Styx has quit, I think. Yeah, he's not driving anymore. But Anud is not too far behind. I think he can also finish the race. Crash on his way to finish the race. Then next up is Demon and Stereo Gang. Not the best uphill here from Crash, but still keeping the lead over Demon. So Crash will take 84th. 50 seconds left on the clock. Demon will also finish the race. And so will Stereo Gang at 86th. As we have 40 seconds left on the clock. Anud will also finish it. And then I'm not so sure about Phoenix. He might be too far behind. I'm also gonna save the replay after Anud crosses the finish line, which he will do now. So let me just do that real fast. Here we go. Alright, so Phoenix, I think, will also actually finish the race. 15 seconds left on the clock, might be the last player. Takes 88th place. Jice here is not far behind, but 5 seconds left is not gonna be enough, so that's gonna be the end of the race. And let's summarize it. Spam won it, and with that he is also the new leader of the season, since Sand did not participate, and neither did Javi Flyer, who took second and first last week. Maurice89 will take second, and then Aurel will take third, with the best lap going to Javi Flyer, who disconnected. So that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, thanks for playing. I'll be back next Saturday with the third race of the season. See ya!